Hello everyone, this is Zeeebo and welcome to this AFK journey video. So in this AFK journey video, we're going to run through Heroic Gauntlet 100% clear with my free-to-play VN account. So for this boss fight, because the challenge missions are not unlocked yet on the VN server, I will be recording another Heroic Gauntlet video for Berial for the challenge missions separately, so stay tuned for that video as well. And for today's video, as usual, we'll run through Berial's kit and then talk about a few team building ideas, as well as showcase a few teams you can use for this boss fight over here. So the Berial's enhanced ability marks all targets when a battle starts, and the mark is removed if a target gains a shield from another hero. At full energy, Berial casts Shadow Trick, killing all marked targets and reapplying the mark. So for Berial's kit, third skill is pretty useless because if you die, even if you hide in the shadow, you don't actually take down your enemies, so that's why you probably can't revive. And then you have your hero focus, which is a little bit like a slight reduction in damage, not that big. So the key part of Berial's kit is to survive the insta-kill ability right here. And the recommended units, you have Lucius, you have Hugin, as well as Coco. But unfortunately, right, in terms of my own testing, Coco's not exactly the best unit because Coco's shielding comes from the EX weapon, which comes after the ultimate, which will take quite a bit. And by the time your Coco gets the shield online for the team, she might be insta-killed by Berial already, and then from there, if you lose your Coco as the shielder, your whole team pretty much falls from there. So Coco as the main shielder isn't exactly the best unit, but you can definitely pair Coco with another shielder, such that the likes of Corin. Right, Corin's a pretty decent shielder. We have Antendra as well, so this is a positional based shielder. So this will shield your frontmost ally consistently with the second skill itself. So Corin shields the weakest target based on the second ability right here, Defiance Charge. So there are other shielders, for example, like Lucius. Lucius is a pretty good shielder with the ultimate once you are able to group your allies together. Another shielder, like I mentioned earlier, in the recommended is Hugin. So Hugin's okay as well. Skalita is also another shielder, but Skalita's shielding will be a little bit RNG based in a sense. She shields the weakest ally, right? But the allies marked with the mark itself might not be taking damage, and then that's where you might not be able to shield the correct target. So Skalita is okay, you can use her as a shielder, but not the best choice. So other than that, looking at all this current pool of units right here, I think that's pretty much it for units which give a shield to other allies itself. Yeah, so let me just run through. You have Almas as well. So Almas is when Almas falls to the back in terms of the ability. So Verdant Barrier right here. So this grants the shield to the frontmost ally, similar to Antendra. So these are the few units which are able to grant the shield to the opponent's side. So without further ado, let's talk about, I'll say, 3 or 4 team ideas that you can use to clear through this boss right here. So the first one is with the Maulers. So for this one, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put our Smokey behind our, put our OD in front of our Smokey. So one thing about the supports, right, this season, there are some of them with this ability to grant a shield at the start of battle. So Smokey is one of them. I think Coco is also one of them, if you do have their charm abilities up. So this is where you will be able to put the allies in front of them and then allow them to gain the shield ability. So by positioning your units well enough, you might be able to just protect them while having the shield on most of your allies. So for this part, I think putting Coco in front is okay because Antendra will be consistently shielding her to protect her from being insta-sniped by the boss. And we probably need another shielder for even more shielding consistency because Coco's ultimate shielding doesn't come online that fast, even though we do have Smokey's shield to protect OD a little bit better. So I guess for this one, we can definitely deploy Lucius, but I'll go with a more Mauler-centric build. So let's do Skalita right here. Skalita does have a little bit of shielding, so hopefully this will give us the advantage. Then we want to use the artifact with as much haste buff as possible for us to cycle through our skills ASAP, because for this boss, the damage output from Berial is not that high, so you need to get off your shields to remove the mark to prevent the insta-kill itself. So let's start with this battle. Okay, so right here, Antendra will be shielding Coco right in front, so we will be able to remove the mark from Coco right here. So the shielding coming out from the supports itself, I don't think it's actually sufficient enough, because I think by the time we actually do damage to the boss itself, the shield might not have come up yet. So it's hard to say. We shall see how it goes. If Coco Shield doesn't come online, what we will do is we will actually reset the battle. Okay, so right here, as you guys can see, Coco Shield doesn't come online. So we're going to reset this fight. For this fight, I think we can shield OD instead. To be really honest, Coco's not exactly the best if you want to use her alone. So I guess we are not using Coco for this one. What we can do is maybe accelerate Coco's ultimate, I guess, to a certain extent. Yeah, okay, we'll do Fresto together with Coco. So the reason why we're using Fresto is purely for the energy regen, and then we go with Overcharge Spell to get Coco's ultimate online ASAP. So we put OD in front such that Antandra is able to shield our OD right here. Okay, so we have the Harmonic Spell on Coco, and then we have the energy regen bonus from Fresto. So we get the ultimate of Coco off around the half energy bar mark. So let's hope we get the shielding online before Berial casts the ultimate. I think we should be able to get it online, because we do have... Okay, so we have the shield. Now we remove the mark. Very, very nice timing right here. So that was energy charge from Fresto as well as Harmonic Spell with in a pure Mauler team for the shielding. So this is provided if you have enough damage to push through, because once your Coco die, then you will be losing your shielder for the team. Okay, so this is team number 1, the Mauler team. I definitely think the Light Barrel is super duper easy to achieve, because your shielders, they are the very consistent shielders in the game. So let's go with Lucius right here, and then one of the best partner to Hugin is OD, so we're gonna use OD, and we are gonna go with Smokey as well for some like energy charging, I mean for some haze buff as well as healing and a bit of shielding. So we throw in a Corinne as well. So this is the Light Bearer side. So without further ado, let's go with this team. I think this team is definitely the most consistent, because you have like 2 of the best shielders that are really consistent. Okay, so right here we get the shield off. I think we might actually want to get like some... Okay, I think we might have to reposition our Smokey a little bit better, because right here we did manage to shield the Smokey. So Smokey as well as OD died, unfortunately. So we will reposition our units in front a little bit. Okay, and then we get this. I think this position is a little bit better. So let's start with this one. Yeah, so the thing about Lucius ultimate is that the AoE is a little bit restricted. So you kind of want to clump your units together or reposition your units so they clump together, so they get that shield buff from Lucius. So in terms of the team building side, I think as long as you're running like Lucius with another shielder, I think you should be in a good spot, because having double shielder pretty much ensures that you get pretty consistent shielding before Berial casts the next ultimate, like as you guys can see right here. So pretty easy clear on this one. Okay, so since we're on this portion, let's talk about the unit tiers that you need them to be at. So if you are using Lucius both as a frontline tank as well as a shielder, then you need Lucius to be, I'll say, at least at a decent tier, or provide enough support in the team for your Lucius to soak up the damage, because Berial actually hits quite hard in this boss battle in challenge 6, and I only managed to get that comp to deal with him after 2 resets, because I realized that Berial was hitting my Lucius really hard. So a few ways for you to get more defensive capabilities on your Lucius is using the likes of units with the charm ability to grant a shield as well as energy on hit. So this is quite good for all the units that are going to frontline. Another way you can actually make Lucius tankier is to send him in with Reyna's ability over here. So this will give you the HP regen for your Lucius to tank up as well as survive the boss, but this might actually shift your Lucius out of position. So I will recommend this combination better, because this one will allow you to debuff the boss with Reyna while giving the shield to Lucius for him to use the ultimate. So this is one team as well. And then with regards to the carries, I think most carries work. So that's that. We're just gonna do this and then showcase, right? Most carries work. So you can use Sonya as well. There's no restriction in terms of like whether or not you should be using range or melee. But ideally, if you're using Lucius, you kind of want your melee units to be used, because that way Lucius will be able to shield them more consistently. So that is the caveat for Lucius. As you guys can see, like, because the AoE is not that big, but in this team itself we should be able to still kill the boss because we still have Lucius on the battlefield. So Lucius alone is more than enough to carry, provided you are able to keep him alive towards the end of the battle. Yeah, so I think most of you guys should be able to clear it. If your Lucius is understated, I do have another team combination for you guys. So after this battle, we will do the one where your Lucius is understated. So we can do this. So using Torrent to sort of soak up some damage. Where's my Torrent? Torrent right here. So this will allow your Lucius to be the secondary tank while being the shielder for the team. And then we are gonna put in something like this, for example. Yeah, Coco's pretty useless in this team, to be honest, cause like if the ultimate doesn't come online, pretty much good. So we're gonna use Korean melee unit plus shielding, very good stuff. So let's go. So this will give you that additional protection, right, on your Lucius. In fact, 2 layers of protection, because Torrent can take some damage for Lucius, and then you have the heals as well as the debuff from Reyna right here. So Reyna got snapped off, but it doesn't matter because we have both our shielders still alive, and then we are able to clear this boss. So for this fight itself, I think protecting your Lucius as well as your like good shielders will be the way to go for you to clear it. So that's pretty much it for this video, just a simple breakdown of the Berial normal challenge for Heroic Gauntlet. Thank you very much for tuning in. Do remember to like, subscribe to see more. See you guys again in my next video. Bye guys.